Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Angel, who wanted the Methuss in Hambrabi colors. And you probably know the reason for that, but in case it's not a piece of trivia you've heard, back when Mamoru Nagano was designing the first round of mobile suits for Zeta Gundam, the design he came up with under the Methuss, what became the Methuss's name, was the Hambrabi. The phrase Methuss in Japanese means many eyes, which you can kind of see why the Hambrabi would end up with that. But apparently they decided that the design looked just too menacing for a good guy suit, I suspect. So, became a villain. At some point, I believe it was the head of Bandai asked that somebody else be chosen to do the design work for Zeta Gundam because the L-Guy model kit line had not sold as well as he'd wanted. So yeah, but no, I may be misremembering that. But whatever the truth is, Mark Simmons has a really good production history for Zeta Gundam up on his website now, with a lot of fun information about how things were developed. And let's see, managed to take out the Zyko Type 1 that was fighting me. And now the Stark Jagan that was backing it up is probably going to kill me, but I am going to, or maybe not, because I've got some help here, it looks like. So, ow, got knocked out of my Beam Saber approach, but I'm going to do it again. There we go. Got knocked down, but the GPO-3 killed the thing, so yeah, don't sweat it. I'm alive, they're not. That's kind of the point of the exercise. And we are going to move on. So, but yeah, this Methuss looks pretty good in Hambrabi colors, honestly. I like the blues. It's kind of interesting because just about everything derived from the Methuss wound up in the shade of blue. Until you get to the Rizel General Revel variants, which of course are in basically Jim Ground type colors. But yeah, it looks good, and I'm still not great with the Methuss. Just that it still feels more, what's the word, floaty than a lot of hovering suits do. I've gotten the knack after a very long time of some hovering mobile suits. I've gotten better with it, but I swear the Methuss just has more inertia going on. So it's still kind of a tough one for me. And also, I'm out of feet, which in a way, except for the part where I'm very low on health and going to die, not the worst news, because it means I can actually, aim a little bit better without having to worry about, floating around while I'm trying to do that. And now I'm dead. But I did get a lot of damage in on that person before I dropped, so, and, did relatively well for my first life, I think. Yuma Lightning Gelgug is what took me down. And I think I see an Ars Jarja behind it, which makes sense. This was recorded one of the days it got added to the recycle ticket store, so fair number of those around. We were talking on Friday and sitting there asking, why are there so many Stark Jagans around? And I forgot that they are the Platinum Medal reward for this phase of the month. I think the third and final part's about to begin, so they'll get replaced with something else. But yeah, that's why it was, guys, because I forgot about that entirely until they just, handed me one this morning because I finally got the Platinum. So yeah, it's a thing, and there's that Gelgug again. So I'm going to try and flash it and then move in a little bit. Okay, number 2 already had stunned. That is fine. The point is it was stunned, and I am not dead. Again, just the point is I'm not dead, and that's kind of where most of this, comes from. So, words are difficult, but yeah, there's a support over there. Also, yeah, looking for, yeah, there is the pilot who I'm trying to hit and not having any luck. I've now lost them. They're going to try and base bomb, and honestly, I hate being stuck like this and leaving my team down a person when I'm trying to remove a base bomber. So generally, if I give it like every shot I can think of and I don't get them, I tend to just walk away. Because, yeah, I need to get back to the fighting, because for one thing, we can kind of make up that point differential while the enemy is outnumbered and that person's skulking around waiting for a moment to plant the bomb. Especially since a lot of people don't seem to, the bomb, if the bomb becomes more valuable at the 2 minutes remaining, since it takes a minute for the bomb to count down, anytime after you hit the 3-minute mark on the clock is an okay time to start planting the bomb. A lot of people don't seem to get that and wait until like 2:15 or whatever, and it's like not necessary. Not necessary at all. So, alright, and somebody's repairing at the base. I have a feeling they might have been trying to lure out the bomber too, but as it is, we're basically far enough ahead that it's better to just press forward and see what, try and keep this lead. Thought I'd just kind of fly by and see if anybody popped out to try and do anything, but... And, yeah, we are pretty well coordinated here, and I think probably... Yeah, this person seems to be waiting to plant the bomb until the bonus comes up, which, yep, at exactly 2 minutes. Not necessary. Again, since the bonus happens at 2 minutes remaining and it takes a minute for the bomb to count down, like, if you're really concerned about it, start planting at, like, 2:50 remaining and you're fine. I'm not complaining, because honestly, the fact that they were out of the action for this long is probably a big contributor to why we're doing so well. I think if we don't win it, it's a very close loss, so I'll take that, but yeah, just, again, it's one of those things of the applications as to when base bombing is worth it, kind of still difficult for me to get a grasp on, but... How do I put it? I don't always know when it's going to be worth it, but 90% of the time I feel like I know when it's not going to be worth it. And this, I should have just left them to mess around in a tank, because they can respawn a lot faster now. But also, I spent so much time searching for them, kind of just wanted to do that. Yeah, so they're still almost 2,000 points behind for that person being out of action for like, 2-3 minutes? Yeah, wasn't worth it. If they'd stayed with their team, they'd probably be in the lead now, or they'd probably be a lot closer to even with us. And now all we have to do is just maintain our lead for the next 35 seconds, and since out of our entire team only one person is low on health, that's a fairly easy prospect. So, like, I actually, if we were coordinating, which we weren't, I would have wished that the person on the in GPO3 had been the one to take the point, because they're the ones with the least health. Hide it around the corner and then go take the point. But point didn't end up taken either way, and so it doesn't matter, and it matters even less because we're gonna win. So yeah, and right now I just managed to smack like 4 enemies, I think, with my beam saber to no effect because they all had iframes, but just felt good all the same. So. But yeah, we won it. And yeah, I think it's a Night Seeker V Space, took top score. I did like 69,000 damage, 5 kills, 2 deaths. I hope you enjoyed it, Angel, and that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! The one thing I genuinely do not understand about the Methuss design, though, is why it has so many beam sabers. The thing has 6 beam sabers, and I really don't know why it would or why it does, but it does.